Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into CSS Units. We'll explore pixels, EM, REM, percentages, and viewport units. Understanding these units is crucial for creating responsive and well designed web pages. So, let's get started. First up, we have pixels, often abbreviated as PX. Pixels are the most basic unit in CSS, representing a single dot on the screen. They are absolute units, meaning they don't change based on font size or screen size. Let's create a simple box with a width of 100 pixels, height of 50 pixels, and a background color of blue. To do that, we will first create a div in the HTML. After that, we will go into the CSS, target the div and give it a width of 100 pixels, a height of 50 pixels, and a background color of blue. Let's have a look at a live demonstration. Let's now create a box with pixels. So to do that, we're going to target this box class right here. So we'll go box, we'll go height, 50 pixels, width, 100 pixels, and now we'll give it a background color of blue. We'll save that, and there is the box you see there. Next, we have EM. The EM unit is relative to the font size of its closest or parent element. It's great for scalability and maintaining proportions. In this example, the parent element's font size is 16 pixels and the child element's font size is set to 2 EM. Therefore, 16 pixels times 2 will equal 32 pixels. Let's set a font size using EM and see how it scales with the parent element. We will give the parent a font size of 20 pixels and a child the font size of 1.5 EM, which means the child will be 1.5 times the size of the parent, which equals 30 pixels. Let's have a look at this in action. In this example, the parent class sets the font size to 20 pixels. The child class sets its font size to 1.5 EM, which means it will be 1.5 times the size of its parent's font size, resulting in 30 pixels. Let's use EM to change its font size. So to do that, we'll first target the parent and give it a font size of 10 pixels. We'll save that, and the font has gotten smaller. Now let's target the child, give it a font size of 1.5 EM. And we save that, and the font size has gotten bigger. It's now 1.5 times the size of that, which is 15 pixels. Now, let's talk about REM, which stands for root EM. Unlike EM, REM is relative to the root font size, typically set on the HTML element. In this example, the element class is 1.5 rem, which will be 1.5 times the size of the root, which equals 24 pixels. Let's have a look at an example of setting the font size using REM and seeing how it remains consistent across different sections. The HTML has been given the font size of 16 pixels. This sets the base font size for the entire document. By convention, 1 REM is equivalent to the font size of the root element, which is set to 16 pixels here. In the section class, the font size is set to 1.25 REM. This means the font size will be 1.25 times the size of the root element's font size. Since the root font size is 16 pixels, 1.25 REM translates to 20 pixels. No matter where the section class is used in the HTML document, the font size will consistently be 20 pixels, as it's based on the root font size. This ensures a uniform appearance across different sections of the page, regardless of any nested elements or styles applied elsewhere. Let's now have a look at a live example. Let's now use REM to style this web page. So first we're going to target the HTML. We'll give it a font size of 10 pixels. Save that,
Now it makes it smaller. But if we target the title and give it a font size of 4 REM, see the title get bigger. Next, we'll target the description and give it a font size of 2 REM. Save that, and there you have it.
Percentages are a versatile unit in CSS, used for widths, heights, and margins. They are relative to the parent element's size. In this example, the percentage sign has been used after a numeric value. Let's now create a container that occupies 50% of its parent element's width. In this example, the parent class sets the width of the parent container to 80% of the viewport's width. This gives it more responsiveness and centers it using margin 20 pixels auto. The child class has a width set to 50%, making it occupy half of the parent container's width. This demonstrates how the percentage unit works in relation to the parent element.
Let's first target the parent class. So we'll go parent, give it a width of 80%, give it a height of 200 pixels, and a background color of light gray. I'll save that. That's the parent. Now the child, give it a width. Child with a width of 50% of the parent element. Height 200 pixels again. And background color will go blue. Now we'll save that. And there it is there.
Finally, we have viewport units, VW and VH, which stands for viewport width and height. They are perfect for responsive design. In this example, the width has been set to 100 viewport widths and height is set to 100 viewport height. Let's now create a full screen element that spans the entire viewport using VW and VH. In this example, we're creating a simple HTML page with a simple div element that serves as our full screen element. In the accompanying CSS, we use the VW and VH units to set the width and height of the full screen element class. 100 VW. This sets the width of the element to 100% of the viewport's width. The VW unit stands for viewport width, where 1 VW equals 1% of the viewport's width. 100 VH. This sets the height of the element to 100% of the viewport's height. The VH units stands for viewport height, where 1 VH equals 1% of the viewport's height. By setting both dimensions to 100 VW and 100 VH, the element will fully cover the viewport, regardless of the device size or window dimensions. The example uses a light blue background color for visibility, but you can adjust to any color you would like. Let's have a look at this code in a live demonstration. Let's give this screen a light blue background. So to do that, we're going to target this div with a class of full screen. So full screen, we'll give it a height of 100 VH, a width of 100 VW, and the background color of light blue. Now if we save that, it covers the whole screen. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!